Hello and welcome to this little adventure impression video. And this video will be my impression of the entire series, which consists of 3 different episodes, and I have completed all of them, and it took me around 2 hours for each episode, so together it all comes down to around 6 hours. Now if you look at the name Adventure and then go to the first name and remove the AM, then you get Adventure. So yeah, that's pretty clever, considering that this is an adventure game. And furthermore, if you look at the first name of the character, that is Adam, and the main female character, that is Evelyn, which is she is shortened to Eve, then you get Adam and Eve, and I do believe that this game is kind of a Christian game. I'm not entirely sure, but considering that game do have some Christian elements in it, and some Bible what do you call it, quotes or passages or whatever. And considering that the game do take place in the Holy Land and in old places described in the Bible and so on, so I do believe that this game is in some way a Christian game. But I'm not particularly religious, and I didn't feel like the game tried to push anything onto me or something like that, so you can pretty much ignore that. Now, as I mentioned before, the game do mainly take place in the Middle East. In the first episode you are looking for the Garden of Eden, and in the second episode you are in Solomon's palace. But you do get to visit some locations outside of the Middle East, like France and United States of America and so on. And the locations in the game and the environments are actually, I like them. It's not like they are amazingly looking or anything like that, or amazingly designed, but they looked good enough and they are decently varied. And I enjoyed the sightseeing, so to say. So that was kind of nice. Now, when it comes to the story, you could argue that the story is perhaps a bit shallow and cliché and childish and all of that good stuff, and yeah, that is kind of true. The story isn't good or anything like that, or deep or anything, but still I thought that it did its part, so to say. It's not the main focus of the game, and it gave purpose to the stuff you was doing in the game, so I thought it worked good enough. And the presentation and how the story was presented and how the characters interacted was still kind of enjoyable. And when it comes to the dialogue, I still found it to be quite enjoyable, even though in reality it's kind of stale and forced. But still, I found it kind of enjoyable in a childish way. So what's wrong with that? Now, I have heard some people complaining about the main character of the game, that he can be a bit annoying, and yeah, he can be. However, in my mind, since the other characters in the game acknowledges the fact that he is annoying, that makes it kind of charming, at least to me, but I can understand that some people might have some problem with the main character, since he is a bit special, to say the least. But enough about all of that. This is an adventure game, so let's talk about the puzzles. Okay, so the thing I enjoyed about the puzzles is that they are very much self-contained puzzles, and there is very little inventory management and puzzle dialogue or items combinations and stuff like that. They barely are any. So it's basically you get to a puzzle and you solve the damn puzzle without having to run around the place and picking up items and stuff like that. And some people might dislike that, but personally I do much more prefer this kind of adventure game. So I really enjoyed that actually. So the puzzles in the game are kind of mixed bag. So there are some that are kind of nice. However, when you do encounter a puzzle that is kind of enjoyable, you can bet your ass that they will repeat that puzzle over and over again. And the game do reuse the same puzzles multiple times. And sometimes they reuse puzzles that wasn't all that fun to begin with. So that is kind of sad. However, the puzzles in the game are probably a bit easy. Now, I'm not normally playing adventure games, but still I found the puzzles to be a bit easy. So I would suspect that people who normally play this genre can probably breeze through the puzzles in this game. But I thought that overall that the puzzle design was okay. It's kind of lazy that they reuse puzzles, but they had some good ones, they had some bad ones, they had some extremely easy ones that you can solve with just pressing random buttons, and they had some puzzles that perhaps
So, why do
was a
you want
bit
to
badly
visit now,
designed.
Professor?
So it's a
Well,
mixed
it all
bag, but
began when
overall
Adam found a
it
secret
was
room
okay.
hidden below
Now,
Oxford,
aside
hardly
from the
less to this
puzzles,
place.
there are
Odd,
also some
wasn't
platforming in the game,
it? So
but
anyway,
it's
there
kind
was
of
supposed to
easy
be a
and
connection
you
between
really have to
this
try
and
to
the Book of
fail at it.
Genesis. Perhaps the
And
professor will know more. It's
yeah,
all
it
ever so
worked good enough, I
exciting.
thought.
To fix this, I
It's
need a wrench.
the controls can perhaps be a bit stale, but you don't really need any high precision on it, so it doesn't really matter. And it's basically a way to break up the puzzles and have you climb some walls and stuff like that. So I thought that it worked good enough, and I didn't have any problems with it. So overall, my thoughts on Adamventure: I actually enjoyed it. I didn't expect that. I bought the first episode on a whim, then I bought the second episode, and then I bought the third episode. So I probably should have bought the entire collection and saved some money, but I enjoyed the game actually. I mean, it's hardly anything amazing or anything like that, but I liked that it was a simple, charming puzzle game, and it was its focus was on the puzzle and not running around and finding items and stuff like that. And personally, I really enjoyed that. And as I mentioned before, it was the story and the environments and stuff like that was charming enough. And yeah, I had fun with the game. I mean, I didn't expect it, but I enjoyed my time with it. And I paid 1.5 euros for each episode, so it comes together to 4.5. So for 4.5 euros for around 6 hours, was it worth it? Yes, it was. I do not regret the
Well, you know what they say.
the
Give a
paying
girl a
for
hand,
each
but don't
episode.
break the whole finger.
So yeah,
I didn't quite catch
that was my thoughts
Sure, I'll
on
help you.
the
Just get me
Adventure
across.
series. And if you have gotten this far, then thank you for watching this video, and bye bye bye.